destroying stuff. Been losing fish right and left today. We've lost so many fish on so many different baits and different rod and reel combos that I'm not gonna count anything negative towards any of the gear or whatever. I think the bite was just off today, and you'll probably next week during the week sometime that footage will come out. I'll try to. I don't know if I won't be able to leave all of the fish we've missed, but we were on the struggle bus with keeping these fish pinned, and then probably half of what we got in were like hooked weird. Some of them even on the outside of the mouth, and some on the lower lip kind of thing. And it was like, oh, they're just like they were more hitting at baits than they were actually hitting baits. So anyway, I didn't really get a chance to test like rod and reel combos on that kind of thing on hookups, because the hookups were not good on anything I pretty much used. Still caught quite a few fish. The biggest letdown of the day was I actually had that new Andy Morgan jig on the Tequila Baccarat, and would have been the biggest fish of the day, somewhere around 3 or so, probably. Not too far from the boat, man. I thought I set the hook pretty good, and he came up, jumped one time, and spit that thing right at us. I'm like, what is going on? But I lost several on thunder crickets, rattle traps. I'm not sure about spinnerbaits. We did not necessarily this one. Did not have any luck. I didn't get a hit on this one. This one I did have one, and it came right off. And I was cussing these cheap AliExpress hooks. That was early on. Then all of a sudden everything, I'm like, nah, it's not really, it's not really hooks or any of that stuff. It's like that was just hard to keep them buttoned up today. Yeah. Mature fishing guy said you have too many baits. No such thing as too many baits. I've got too many baits. I've got too many everything. What I don't have is a truck that consistently runs good. I've got a Ford truck. It keeps running. It's never left me stranded. But between stuff starting to rattle and clatter and bing and bang and codes popping up and misfiring and then coil packs and all this and that, it's got like 285,000 miles. What is that noise? That wind must be really blowing outside. But anyway, Boneseye guy said he caught 3-pounder on a spinnerbait. Yeah, I had a 3-pounder and then it came off. Oh yeah, we heard from Brew Tank. I'm getting ready to go through these baits. This isn't all of them. I'm going fishing with Charles tomorrow, so everything I was kind of using, I think, will translate to where I'm going with Charles, like some of the stuff with the orange. And these baits are going right back in to most of them, to go give it another shot tomorrow. Right? Never give up. But the truck isn't going. Rugburn's staying here. I'm actually loading the stuff up in a car, and I'm driving down to fish with Charles. And when I get back, I take my truck to the shop again. It runs, but for whatever reason, it started misfiring and the AC quit working all in one. Coming back from fishing, I like stepped on it to go out and around another car, I don't know, 75 mile an hour, and it just started the little flashing engine light on a Ford. If they light up, could be some different things, but when they're flashing, it usually means a misfire. So I'm guessing one of the new coil packs we put in, because we got the cheap ones off. Technically, they're not supposed to be cheap, but we bought a whole kit for like $200. You get the, I think, or was it 100? Maybe it was only 100. Anyway, you get like the coil packs and the plugs, and I'm betting you one of those already went bad, because I think what happens is, I've been telling you guys this forever. I know we're talking about baits, but I think my catalytic converters are getting clogged up. Why the AC just quit working at the same time, I don't have any idea, but it is hot out there. So there's a car here that has AC, and that's what I'll be driving down, loading my fishing gear in it, and driving down. Yeah, the wind. So I got out, and I battled the wind, but then I didn't battle the wind in a lot of spots I could fish. And I actually got on a pretty decent bite here and there. But like I mentioned, they just wouldn't commit like to the baits, and then all of a sudden they would for a while, and I would get 2 or 3 with no problems, and then I'd lose a few. So I didn't keep a for sure count, but I know we probably caught and got in the boat close to 20, and we probably easily missed that many. maybe even more. Some were little dinks, but like I said, a few for sure, well, at least probably a 3 or so, and then several, and every one of them like came up and not even like jump and shake. They just came up and before you know how fish will jump, but as soon as it starts coming out of the water, the bait just pops out, and then they do their little shake, and there's not even anything in their mouth, that kind of deal. And you're like, oh, that thing wasn't even really hooked. He just spit it back out at me, kind of thing, or it was never really hooked in the first place. But we, of course, started catching them on the Screaming Thunder Cricket, and I've got my old original over there. He did the most damage, but he probably lost a third of what got on him. This is the second one. This is I think this is the very first Thunder Cricket I bought. It was a 5/8, and I did all kinds of modifications. Eventually, got it to this point, but I could not get the luck on this guy that I had on the other color, and he's not that far off. And then I tried the true 5/8, thinking, well, maybe I just need to be down a little deeper, go a little slower, and I can stay down there with an actual 5/8. But that didn't translate. And so here's a copy of the one. So then there was a brief time when the orange was working, and I've got it rigged up over there. If you guys remember right, my spinnerbait like this that was Fire Tiger that I put the same bluegill skirt on. That guy with an orange tail like this, I actually got on a decent little spinnerbait bite, caught 3 to 5 on that. But then this one, and then going back to the original one with it's basically this bait with this tail, did the most damage. I've still got, like I said, all those baits rigged up. Let me grab one just so I'll show you. Actually, let me grab the baits. So if you remember right, I've got the Phoenix bait that did real good last week. I caught a 3-pounder on it, the jig, and then the Andy Morgan jig, and I put a bluegill skirt on it. But then I bought these, and I put one of these on one and the Junebug Magic on the other one. And like I said, I had the one fish, and then it came off, so he was either, I don't know, something was off he hit it wrong or something. But I never had another bite on those 2 jigs, and I just kind of left them. I was kind of doing chatterbait, spinnerbaits, and rattle traps, and then occasionally I'd throw the jigs. And I briefly tried this little dude, switched out real quick to a baby brush hog, didn't do any good there. Threw these 2, nothing on any other color baits, nothing on that. They were basically hitting the bluegilly colors with either the purple or an orange tail. Like I said, the rattle trap bite was non-existent. I had a decent one, would have been a good keeper on that one, popped off. None of the other ones kicked in. Even this little dude kind of sucked too, and not really even a good topwater bite going on the Whopper Ploppers. So I threw both of these, and I don't think that one got bit at all. I think I caught right off the bat I caught one. Maybe I caught one with this, but I missed like 2. They were there for a second and then off. So it started out from the morning, and it just carried on throughout the whole day. Like the whole bite for me was off. And then I just left this in the deal because we keep the Kamikaze swim-ons, and I've got the others that I need to kind of remelt the holes. They definitely aren't super durable. Of course, I'm used to Z-Man stuff, and I briefly tried this guy. Still yet to find a trailer or just a time when that dude seems to get hit. So definitely not a favorite. I just feel that still, as of this moment, these are the best spinnerbaits going for me, and definitely won't be buying any more of these. I don't need to buy any more of these. I've got quite a few, and I'll continue using these. These are awesome little spinnerbaits. And that is about it. I just wanted to get a quick video out there to show you kind of what I was and wasn't using, and I didn't even take any of my little bitty swim baits. I didn't even go down that rabbit hole of trying that. I was kind of looking for hopefully catching, a 3 to 5 pounder, and I had the one, but they're just not really hitting that good. And the only, I don't know, two or three other people I saw out there while I was fishing, I saw the one older dude caught like a dink, and then I didn't see them catching anything either. But I bet you I had 40 plus bites. You know, had the fish, and then I bet you I lost probably half of them. Saw them or felt the weight. They jumped, saw, that they were either dinks, and I was like, that's no big deal. But it just got frustrating after a while when I did start losing some that I felt the weight of the fish should have kept, when I set the hook, that should have brought them in, kind of deal. Let me double check these baits just to see if I want to show you anything else. Well, here's the one. So I wasn't throwing it on the Super Destroyer. This is the jerkbait rod, but I think I threw this guy. I think all the fish I actually got in, I think I got one in on this rod too, the KVD jerkbait rod. Throwing a spinnerbait. I was wanting to try it with spinnerbaits, but that spinnerbait right there, the SV3, just like that. So I'm leaving it rigged up. This is the same one we were fishing with Charles, and I've got on a little bite. You probably already saw that video, but that's just a good color for me anyway right now this time of year. And this has still been a good little combo overall, but it's ready to go for tomorrow, so not breaking it up. And here's the dude. I think, is this the one that I lost? Now I'm already confused. I don't remember which one I lost the big one on, if it was this one or no, it was this one. It was Andy Morgan. So that Bluegill 2 dirty jig skirt with the Kamikaze swim on that, what is that? It's supposed to be a custom Zowire hook. And I mean, not on this rod. I put it on the Dobbins. I'm like, well, let me try it on the Dobbins, because that's Tequila Backrack should have had the power to set that hook. Like, it's not that crazy. It's basically the same thing as a chatterbait hook. And the way I popped him, he just must have been, hit it weird or whatever. So anyway, a little short video. We'll try to keep it short and sweet. Like I mentioned, if you missed some of the other Fireball Friday night, that reel's it's out of my arsenal for right now. I took it off, put the Elite TI on the Super Destroyer, got the Elite TI rod set in there. The other Lew's rod, the what is it they call it, the Red Eye Shad, and the Square Bill rod. Those aren't going out with me, and I may pull a few others out and not take quite as many rods with me tomorrow. Plus, one of the reasons because I'm going in a car and not my truck, and I need to start thinning down how many rod and reel combos I literally have out on the boat with me, because I don't really need that many, especially that most of them I have now are so versatile. But I'm going to these are going back out for sure. This right here, I'm done with trying to fight messing with these with this dude. Anyway, I will probably take this guy. I was just trying this one. It was kind of early morning once I realized the bite was a little funky. Every once in a while, certain mornings, that color right there will kind of like what a chartreuse and white would of a morning. Sometimes that yellow one will kick in, but he didn't do anything. But I'm kind of wanting to see. I think I want to put this guy. I probably will have that rigged up tomorrow to try. To go with our spot remover kind of deal, and the big blade I probably will try. I didn't even get the big blades out today. I never even made it that far. I don't think I'm gonna worry about trying to keep the Red Eye Shads in the mix. They're just not that impressive to me. I like and any of these knockoff cheapy. This one does feel pretty good. I don't know. Maybe I should put a little bit better hooks on it, because I have caught several fish on that color in the last couple years that I've had it. It's not a bad. It's not a real loud. It's kind of in between So it's not a one knock, but it's nowhere near as loud as your average rattle trap. It's kind of a, in my opinion, muted version, but it does have a good rattle to it. So I don't know, I may keep that one in. I probably ought to put just one step up, at least a better hook on it. But I almost have more faith in this getting a bite than the 1/2 or 3/4 ounce red eye shads at this point. But the Booyah Hard Knockers, and then those Charles has more of the 6th Sense Quake 80s and 70s, I think. So anyway, yeah, I want to get these put back in the tackle box. We're about ready to go. I'm going to try to finish editing a video to get out to where you guys can watch it tomorrow. And that's from the place, I call it Twin Trees, but I think you've already seen some of the footage from the 3 big nice fish that I caught when I first got the GLX. It's that video of the full day, and I'm going to probably try to piece it together all in one sort of a 1/2 hour, 45-minute video. So anyway, guys, stay tuned. We're going to get on it. We've got to get my mind right on just worrying about the fishing stuff and get a vehicle that will not have me second guessing if I'm even going to be able to go fishing in my boat, because I don't know if I got my truck to make it there or not, kind of thing. But don't worry, we've got the Fireball. Fireball will never let you down. A little sedative before I go to bed. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Stay tuned. But comment below in this video when you get to it, when you watched it or whatever. Have you had them days to where, like, no matter what you do, it's hard to keep those fish buttoned up, right? I remember I've had, I don't remember it being a full day. I just remember going through periods, or, you know, you'll go through spurts, or sometimes you'll just be throwing a bait and they're just kind of swatting at it, and then you make a change. You know, you could be changing a size or a color, or maybe you were throwing a certain style of chatterbait and you switch chatterbaits and then they get on it. But like today, it was everything. It was across the board. Like they just nothing. I caught them on Thunder Crickets. Oh, I was going to show you one more bait. And then I lost them on Thunder Crickets. I caught them on, where's this one at? So the bigger version of Neo, I actually got on. They were hitting it too. So since those 3/8 are kind of lighter, harder to keep them down or whatever, I jumped to that bigger version, and that dude actually got out there, and we caught some fish, but we also lost some fish with this on the blade. But I was calling him Big Papa because it's the 1/2 ounce version of Neo. But it's the same kind of thing between the, regular, like either one of these, whether it be the Blade, the GLX, the Tequila Baccarat, the Poison Adrena, everything. The Super Destroyer is one of the only ones I don't think I hardly had any bites on it. It was like the most unlucky rod, therefore I didn't miss any with it because I didn't even, the jigs were just not really on. Like I said, I think I only, did I catch any on the jig? I think just the big one hit it and we lost him, and then I threw the jig, but I don't think I got another jig bite. That's just, I felt like I was probably just casting so much and throwing that when I would land either right on their head or whatever, it would make them, react and hit at it. But nothing was out today like hunting, chasing down baits, trying to eat, except for, you could tell a couple little spurts or little spots I would find, and got those in. But yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm out of here for real this time. I got to go edit that video, get ready, get up at, I think I'm going to get up at 3:30 because we're going to try to get on the water by daylight. It takes me about an hour and 20 minutes to get down there, and then another probably half hour to get to that place. Oh boy. So yeah, maybe 3:30 a.m. See you guys later. Get out and go bass bonsai for yourself, and if you do, make sure and set those hooks hard. Unless it's chatterbait, then feel the weight, lean into it, then hard kind of pull. But yeah, we tried it all. And what's funny is the ones I did manage that I felt like I got in for sure was when I was basically doing jig hook sets with chatterbait. I kind of resorted to that, just like yanking and yanking and cranking. I'm like, heck, they stay hooked up better today when you do it like the way that I usually lose them, kind of deal. It was weird. It was a weird day. I gotta go.